We are now on Carpentry, Week 1. Topic: Basic Materials and Tools in Carpentry. At the end of the module, you should be able: Number 1. Describe tools and materials used in carpentry. Number 2. Prepare tools and materials for a task. To build a simple house, we need the following: materials and tools. Here are the description of materials and tools. In this lesson, you will describe the materials and tools according to their description per job requirement in carpentry. The first one is the materials. The following materials are lumber, nails, plywood, cement, sand, and gravel. For the tools, we have all-purpose rule used for measuring long distances, claw hammer used for driving and pulling out nails, cross-cut saw, tools used for cutting across the grain, rip saw used for cutting along the grain, plumb bob used for vertical alignment, tri-square used to test the squareness of a stack, hacksaw, fine-tooth saw used to cut metals and pipes, and lever bar tool used in checking vertical and horizontal. Now, the following materials and tools applicable to a specific job in carpentry. First one is the lumber, the nails, the screw, GI wire, cement, and the sand. For the additional materials, we have the steel reinforcement, and the last one is the GI sheet. Now, the following tools that you need for the construction of a simple house are: number 1, saw for cutting out lumber or board. Second is the tri-square to test squareness. Number 3 is the level bar for testing level. Number 4 is the chisel used for cutting. Number 5 is the plane for smoothing. Another one is the drill bit for boring or drilling. And the last one is the hammer for driving nails. Alright class, for the construction of a simple house, first you must know how to request materials and tools according to the prepared list. For example, the bill of materials. A bill of materials is a list of all things needed in a project, together with their description, sizes, and amount or price. All information needed should be in the bill of materials. The parts of a bill of materials are: number 1, quantity tells the number of materials to be purchased. Number 2, unit gives the measure of materials to be purchased. Number 3, description states the detailed name of materials. Number 4, unit cost gives the price of each material. And number 5 is the amount or the cost of all materials. Here is the example of the bill of materials. The suggested project is bulletin board. So as you can see from the table, the first row is the quantity. The second one is the unit. The third, which is very important, is the materials and its description. The fourth one is the unit price. And the last one is the total. Alright class, please watch this video so that you can clearly understand our lesson for today.
I'm Teacher Jem, your daily teacher today. How are you today? Welcome to our new learning competency. How do you feel to become a carpenter someday? Do you have some materials and tools for carpentry in your home? In this lesson, you will know how to describe the different tools and materials used in carpentry. These construction materials are used by the carpenter to build a furniture or house that makes your family safe and comfortable. At the same time, you will be guided on how to prepare tools and materials for a specific task. Our home was built using tools and materials available in our locality. Can you see it around? Can you identify them? Do you know how to use it? Great job! At this moment, let's have a short activity entitled Supply Me. In each word, supply the missing letters to form a new word. Write your answer in your activity notebook. Did you enjoy your activity? Splendid! This time, you're going to identify tools needed to accomplish a task. Just write your answer before each number. How did you find your activity so far? At this time, you are now ready to describe tools and materials according to their job description. To construct a house, we need to have these materials. First, we have sand. It is a fine, gritty substance found in a shore and desert. Next in line, plywood. This is a thin cross-laminated sheet of wood. We also need gravel. It is a coarse aggregate of any hard inert material mixed with cement to form a concrete. Lumber. It is a wooden boards or log that have been sawn. Nails. It is made of metal used for fastening woods. Cement. A powdered substance which when mixed with water acts as a binder of aggregate. Water, added in the mixture of cement and aggregate. Then, we need reinforcing steel bar. It is used to reinforce the strength of construction works. And lastly, corrugated galvanized iron sheet. It is used for roofing. Now that you know the basic materials used in carpentry, it's time for us to know the basic tools we need. First, we have plumber. It is used for vertical alignment. Next, tri-square. It is used to test the squareness of a stock. Hacksaw, a fine-tooth saw used to cut metals and pipes. Level bar or spirit bar, a tool used in checking vertical and horizontal position. Pull-push rule. It is used for measuring long distances. Claw hammer. It is used for driving and pulling out nails. Shovel. Used for mixing aggregates, cement, and water. Cross-cut saw. Used for cutting across the grain. Ripsaw. A tool used for cutting along the grain. Twister, used to tighten the wire. Combination pliers, used to cut tie wires. Did you see the illustration of the different tools and materials used in carpentry? Great! Now that you know them already in their description, do you know how to prepare and use it? In preparing tools and materials for a specific job, it is essential to identify first the materials, describe the tools and materials, and count them to suit for a specific job requirement. In identifying materials, there are three things to remember. First, identify materials and tools applicable to a specific job requirement. Second, count the description of the materials needed following the specific job requirements. And last, identify materials and tools according to the job requirements. In securing requisition of materials, you must remember these three. First, request the needed materials and tools according to the prepared list. Second, follow the company's Standard Operating Procedure or SOP. And last, provide substitute materials and tools without sacrificing cost and quality of work. And for receiving and expecting materials, there are also three things to remember. First, inspect materials and tools issued according to numbers and specifications. Second, check materials, tools, and accessories for damages according to the enterprise procedures. And last, place the materials and tools in an appropriate location nearest to workplace. Since you are now familiar with the names of tools and materials used in carpentry, you are now getting better in becoming a carpenter. Now, it's time for our activity. For this activity, complete the table by describing the uses of different tools and materials used in carpentry. Write your answers in your activity notebook. Follow the format given below. Great! You are now getting closer to become a carpenter. Now, let's try this activity to measure your mastery in preparing tools and materials for a specific task. Father Carl is going to construct a simple cabinet. He wants to list down the tools and materials needed for his project. Now, let's help him to complete his list in making his project. Just follow the format in your screen. You want more challenge? Try this activity to measure how you mastered this lesson. Let's end this lesson by doing something new. In your activity notebook, draw the tools and materials used in carpentry and write its uses.
Okay, after watching this slide and video, you can now start answering the assigned activities for this week. But of course, you can repeat watching the slides and video until you understand our lesson. See study guide for the assigned activities. Alright class, thank you. And again, please stay safe and may the Lord God bless us all. See you then.